Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And a couple of days back I made a video talking about everything coming to Thorpe Resort within the 2020 season. However, upon making that video, obviously more information has actually been released about all the events that will be coming in the 2020 season. So I thought in today's video I could go in depth and kind of break these events down and try and pick out little details that could hint to certain things. As well as that, in today's video I will also be predicting what I think the extra events they haven't announced yet will be. It's not going to be a huge segment on it because obviously there's not really much to go off of, but I do have one theory I actually want to share with you guys that, you know, could potentially be true. So, with all that said, let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first segment of today's video will be talking about what this potential unannounced event will be. Now, obviously, back when these events were actually announced, a lot of people were quick to go down and comment, where's Bouncezilla, or I miss Bouncezilla, where is Bouncezilla, and stuff like that. And it kind of got me a little bit thinking, potentially could Thorpe Park be holding off announcing Bouncezilla again for this season, because they're scared it's going to overshadow their other events. Because obviously, if Bouncezilla wasn't announced kind of when all the other events were announced, everyone would be like, oh my god, Bouncezilla is back. And they wouldn't even, even touch the other events that have just been announced. So I think that could be the way Thorpe Park are kind of going with this. If not, I have absolutely no clue. It could be something, completely new. Obviously, I don't know for certain what this is because A, I don't work at Thorpe Park, and B, there's not really much to go off of. However, with the success of what Bouncezilla did last year, potentially, they could bring it back. I mean, I was very, very surprised when they didn't announce it, but then, like I said, when I saw that little extra piece of information there, it kind of got me thinking, potentially there could still be hope pretty much for Bouncezilla coming back, bigger and better, hopefully. But yeah, I feel like that could be something Thorpe are kind of holding up their sleeve. I'm not really going to talk too much about that because, like I said, there's not really much to go off of other than just to mention that there will be more events being announced. So let's get right into the actual video then. Okay, so the first event that will be coming to Thorpe Resort within the 2020 season will be Saturday Night Kiss. And this is pretty much just the launch party for the 2020 season. It will be running from 7 PM to 2 AM. This will be taking place on Saturday the 21st. So obviously this will be the same day as the annual pass day, and it's over 18s only. So if you're under 18, you cannot go to this event. But yeah, it looks like they've got some live performing DJs and everything. If I'm looking down here, by the way, I'm looking at my laptop. But yeah, it looks very, very interesting. Obviously, this does look like it will be streamed on Kiss. So obviously that is a radio station if you didn't already know. So it does look like it will be on there as well. So yeah, it will be very, very interesting to see what that is. I might have to give that a little bit of a listen if it will be on the radio. It does also say here that tickets will be £10. Obviously, unlike the annual pass, so it does look like you've got to pay for this event, but £10 seems reasonable to be fair. It does also look like there will be opening all the rides as well, which will be very, very cool to get on during the dark. But yeah, obviously, hotel stays I think will have a little bit more of a discount if you are going to this event, because obviously it will be taking place overnight. So yeah, for the first event of the season kicking off, it does look like Thorpe Park are kind of coming into the limelight with a little bit of a bang. So now let's get into some of the more in-depth and more huge events. Okay, so the next event that will be taking place at Thorpe Resort in 2020 will be Hyperspray. Now this will be taking place from the 4th of April to the 31st of May, so it does look like it's spanning over a couple of months here. And it's kind of been the talk for quite a lot of people, this event, and it basically sums up in this paragraph. It says, from the 4th of April to the 31st of May, launch into the 2020 season as we celebrate Hyperspray. Unlock the cryptic code phrase as you ride some of Europe's most thrilling rides in the Cosmic 6 Challenge. Enjoy a brand new for 2020 live show and indulge yourself with limited edition digital delicacies available at selected outlets across the island. Plus, for May half-term only, brace yourself for random rollercoaster replays, detonation delays and system overloads at the park battles a trans-dimensional glitch with Hyper Ride Roulette. Now this does sound very, very interesting, and there's a lot of information packed into this, so let's start kind of trying to dissect it. It does say that there's some kind of cryptic code phrase that you have to decipher with the Cosmic 6 Challenge. The only thing I can really think of for this is actually the Feared 5. Obviously, during Fright Nights 2019, Thorpe Park kind of put on a little extra thing called the Feared 5, where you rode all of the 5 roller coasters at Thorpe Park from a set time at Fright Nights, and then each of the rides there will be a barcode. You then scan the barcode and it will give you a letter, and at the end, once you've gone on all the rides, you then have to decipher the code the word means. Say it in the shop and they give you a special wristband. So it does look like they're kind of doing a similar thing here with the Cosmic 6 change. And the main thing to take away from that is actually it says Cosmic 6, so potentially the Walking Dead ride or Flying Fish even could be kind of incorporated with. But yeah, that sounds very, very cool. But obviously the thing everyone is going crazy over here is obviously the ride replays. Now this does sound very, very cool. It does look like the 5 big roller coasters at Thorpe Park will randomly go around again. Same with Detonator. It does say detonation delays. So it does look like Detonator may keep you up there a little bit longer this season during May half term. So that'll be very, very cool. It also says system overloads. I don't know whether that's kind of linked to anything at Thorpe Park. I couldn't really think of anything really there. But another thing that not too many people have actually talked about, it does actually say there will be a live show. Potentially this could be very, very similar to what they did with Brainiac Live quite a while ago. Obviously that was been years ago. It's kind of like a live stunt show kind of thing, so potentially they could have that kind of going on within the plaza, maybe some entertainment, a flash mob, something like that. It also does say that there will be digitalised delicacies, so obviously this could mean, you know, special food, it could be some new merchandise, which would be very, very cool. So this does look like a very, very kind of focused event for this season. It does look like Thorpe Park going down the route that Bouncilla did. Obviously this does look a lot more kind of upbeat and, you know, lively and interactive, which obviously is what a lot of people liked about Bouncilla last year. Obviously with the other events they were kind of just, you know, meh. So it does look like, you know, they're kind of taking in, you know, Bouncilla's footsteps here and kind of trying to create something that will be a little bit more exciting. So obviously this will be including your park ticket, obviously from the 4th of April to the 31st of May. So yeah, that does sound very, very interesting. I cannot wait to experience some of them ride replays. It does say that is called Ride Roulette, which does sound very, very interesting. So let's get into the third and final event that has been announced for this season so far. Okay, so the next event then we have here is Supercharged Summer. Now this will be taking place between the 18th of July to the 6th of September, so this will be running right through summer, much like Bouncilla did, and it does look like this will not disappoint. It does say, this summer, plunge into fun and soak up the thrills with Supercharged Summer. Get drenched with friends and experience the UK's wettest water rides in the hashtag Super Soaked Selfie Challenge. Tantalise your taste buds at our otherworldly island food festival, and come face to face with our roaming entertainment team for an extra splash of adrenaline. Now, much like Hyperspray or whatever it's called, this does have a lot of information here of what we could potentially be seeing with this event, especially something right at the end. But let's go from the beginning. It does say hashtag Super Soaked Selfie Challenge. Now obviously the first thing that does spring to mind here is Meme Your Screen, which was something that Alton Towers actually put on last summer. This will be very, very, you know, similar. Obviously this could be, you know, you're taking a selfie outside of something like tidal wave before the wave comes over the bridge or something, and then you kind of post it on social media, and there may even be some prizes that you can win. That was much like what, like I said, happened with Meme Your Screen, so I'm assuming that's that type of thing that's going to be going on there. As well as that, it does say tantalise your taste buds with our otherworldly island food festival. So it does look like they're going to have like a nice little booth maybe with lots of different foods you can try, which I'm always up for. I love food, so that's something that I'm very, very excited for. But the most interesting thing it does say here, it says come face to face with our roaming entertainment team for extra splash of adrenaline. Now what this does look like is something very, very cool. We could potentially be seeing roaming actors walking around the park, much like we got last year. However, they may be fitted with some water guns and start spraying you, which could be very, very funny and would obviously help, you know, get that lively atmosphere of the summer. At least that's what I can take away from that. I don't really see what else it could be, obviously, when it says the extra splash of adrenaline. So obviously they may be running around shooting people, running around the park, which could be very, very lively and very, very cool. Like I said, really going for that kind of Bouncilla, lively and interactive experience here. Now obviously, one thing I did actually notice is that in between Hyperspring and actually this event, there is like a little gap in between the June month, so potentially that could be where this extra event is actually taking place. Obviously, fingers crossed that is Bouncilla, because obviously that looks to be what everyone wants. But yeah, that does look like to be obviously the full lineup of events we have here for 2020. Now obviously we do have Fright Nights, but you know, there's nothing really new there. Obviously it's just a generic, you know, sum up of what Fright Nights is going to be. Obviously we did get the dates for that. That will be from the 3rd of October to the 1st of November. Obviously tickets will be the same, but it does say 10 AM to about late, so I haven't officially announced how long it'll be open for, but we can only assume it'll be 10 to 10. I can't really see them doing anything other than that really. But yeah, so, you know, the events this season I think do look very, very cool. I think they're much better than what we got last year. They look much more well-rounded and much more fun than what we got last year. And well of that, hopefully Bouncilla does return, because yeah, obviously that's what everybody wants. But the main thing I actually did take away from that Hyperspring thing, I actually completely forgot to mention, is the fact that this is pretty much what Thorpe Park were teasing with all them ride glitching things, because obviously if you go onto Thorpe Park's website that I'm on right now, the picture that it does overlay on for the event kind of page of the website is the exact same kind of text and the exact same kind of style to them photos. So obviously Thorpe Park had something right under our noses there that we weren't expecting. But yeah, that does look very, very cool, and I'm very, very excited to experience some of the events that are coming out this year. So with all that said, if you did go on to enjoy the video, make sure to like, subscribe, anything that makes me know you guys like my content. I will have another video out on Friday. That will obviously be while I'm away on holiday. So I'm going to hope, you know, to upload that at some point during the Friday. If not, maybe Thursday or maybe even Saturday. I'm not really sure at this point. It just depends what I'm doing while I'm out there. But yeah, without all that said, I'll see you guys later.